Hi and welcome to our program. Today we are visiting Forbi Gadeliv to understand a little bit better about their projects, such as Pant for Pant, Poverty Walk and South Harbour Janitors. Let's check it out.
And then we have a look and a view and a room out for the wonderful place we are living here with one of the best restaurants in Århus, they say, Skralde Cafe. We have reuse and everything out here is a creative environment, milieu, I would say, because it's not just NGOs and so forth like us. Over here where we come now, we have a tiny office. Tiny office is those who are building those beautiful wagons we have seen standing here, and everyone is unique. And they existed like many years now. And
It's so funny.
Yeah, you can see the steel one over there. That is Dog 8, the commune, and the Unionsposten who has that. They probably paid for it. I don't know. Og så parkerer du helt herhenne med så meget.
Ja, så kommer gyldevognen garanteret lige lidt.
Ja, det gør han sgu nok. Så. Jeg har åbnet døren derinde. Har I mange glasflasker?
Ja, det er det, fordi det er det sidste.
Ja, okay. Der er meget fra Luna, kan jeg se.
Ja.
So Bo, you're working at the Pant for Pant, right?
Yes.
So what's that project about?
We drive around to private customers and to the industry who has a lot of bottles, beer bottles or soda bottles. They want to donate for some projects around homeless instead of using the money themselves. So I drive around as a chauffeur to collect all the places.
Okay. How many people are usually doing this route?
Working for Pant for Pant.
Yeah. So imagine in a day, you come here and you get the van, right?
Yes.
And you go with how many people to pick up the things?
I have one assistant with me, and we go around for 8 to 12 places, maybe more some days. And we come back here, and we have a place where we collect the bottles and make sure that everything is as should be, and clean the cars and clean the station.
So usually how long do you take?
From 2.5 to 5 hours, definitely. It depends on how much. Some days we have to drive back to empty the car because there is so much. And other days it's just a half car we come back with.
Okay. So how many days per week do you have this? Is it steady?
In a month we have around 3 to 5 work days.
Okay.
some days, some weeks, or some months, there's much more because a lot of festivals and
So it depends on the events and
yeah,
everything.
and
It's not stable.
And now the companies are gonna go in a vacation year, so it's a little slower. So it depends. We come to around Christmas, but a lot of people have Christmas parties, and they donate it also. So there's also a big collection to do.
Kommer vi til alle glasflaskerne. Nå, det må vi jo overleve. Tager du dem? Ja. Så finder jeg nogle flere frem her.
And do you come every week or every time?
I come here at least 2 to 4 days a week. Sometimes it's all week, and sometimes I'm just in 1 or 2 times.
Okay.
Pen for pen, I go over to see if they have all the chauffeurs, and so I can step in case they need help. But mostly it runs by itself.
And how did you hear about this project?
My boss, Alan, is my old pal before he started this project.
Because it's a recent project also, right?
Yeah, it's only a little over a year old. So here in Århus, in Copenhagen, it's been around for, I believe it's 3rd year.
Okay.
But here in Århus, it's a new project. And he showed me in because he knew I had driver license, and he could depend on me to get it started. And I just grown into the system. I know a lot of the customers and a lot of the places, the routes. So because I know the city. Yeah. So it's I like it. It's been. Before that, every day I just sit before my television and play computer all the day, and there was nothing new happening. It was just a repeat. Now I come out and see the country, see the seasons, meet a lot of new people, and my driving skills keep them at the best. Sharp. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's quite nice. And so that's your main motivation to come to the project, right?
That, and we have a lot good relationship with the other drivers and helpers down here, and I like the project. We're helping people in there's not have a lot of money. With some projects, it could be a driving license, it could be to get into a flat or something. So
you help each other out?
So we help each other, and I like to be a part of helping.
Kind of mentoring, or?
You can say that. It's
like informal mentoring.
Yeah, you get bigger by helping others.
Yeah, that is also true. So are you planning to continue?
Most definitely.
Are there any other projects that you would like to participate also, like the Poverty Walk or the South Harbor janitors?
The janitors, they need the space and the money more than I do, so I let them have that. And the poverty walks, I don't have the same history because I'm not hardcore. I have not the same stories to tell, so people would be bored to talk with me when I should around the city.
Okay, but you also have another source of income, right? This is not your only.
I'm on pension because I was in a car accident in '92 and was declared I could not be in the work area anymore as a everyday worker.
Yeah. Okay. Is there something else that you would like to add?
I come down here in this area in this system since '98. In the first 2 years I was homeless and lived around in the city, and that's the reason why I came down here to get some food, and there was a bath, and then you can get your clothes washed and that kind of stuff. And then I just knew the people, and it's been a part of it. Down here I can trust people. It's not I'm a bank officer, my name is, I'm a dentist, my name is, here your name first and what you're doing afterwards. It's more personal.
Oh, that's really beautiful.
And I can trust people down here. They don't have a face mask on and pretend to be something else. They are what they seem to be. So I have a lot of good times down here. Also some bad times, but mostly good times. And
really nice to hear.
that's why I will be here.
Even if you stop, if for some reason you stop working for Pant, you will continue.
I was down here before I started working for Pen, so yeah, I will be here even if I'm not working for Pen. I'm just I have to be in this area around these people.
You feel the need.
I feel the need.
So what were we just seeing?
This was Pen for Pant projektet. Pen for Pant is a project that started 1st of March 2021 here in Århus. It already existed a bit more than a year in Copenhagen. They started it. It's Forbi who started it. And then they introduced us in Forbi Gadeliv for the project. It was a success in Copenhagen. And after they presented to us, me and Uwe, who was our leader or boss, we looked at each other like 10 seconds and said, this we need to get here as a working project. But due to Corona, it took some time to get it started. We needed a car. The car is sponsored for like 2 years. So we only pay for the electricity, it's an electric car. The rest is paid by a funding specific for Pen. And in very short terms, Pen is a project for the same kind of people we talked about before. You need to have a driver's license or be liable for getting one maybe. We have like 10 employed now and one on sick leave, and 2 has come in the project and already left again. Okay. So in total 13. And they are hired like everybody else for the day. I make a plan for like a month at a time, and then I plot in the drivers and the helpers, and they have in average 3 working days a month. Okay. Get paid, of course.
How many hours?
It depends on the tour and how much they are collecting, but it's between 4 till 5 hours. It's very seldom we come over 5 hours work. The wages are paid on what we call socialt frikort. That is a tax exemption for up to 20,000 kroners a year. So what they get paid at the end of the day, cash, is non-taxable. There's no deduction in boligsikring or kontanthjælp or something like that. So it's really motivating for those who are participating that they know what I earn is what I get, and no one comes and point a finger at me and say you have to pay taxes or you have to pay that or whatever.
So this is for all the projects?
All the projects, yeah. And I will say 95% of all our employed have this social free card. In short terms, we drive out with our car to a company, a union, a school, private people, whatever, who wants to donate their bottles. Everybody in Denmark knows there's money in bottles and cans. They donate it to us, we take it home, and then we sort it like we see. And we are separating glass from cans and plastic because the system is so that glass goes separately. And that takes whatever, half an hour, depending on how much they have collected. And we built a nice sorting table. In the beginning, we were standing and took it out from one sack on the floor to another sack on the floor, and this and that, and it was hard for the back. It took a lot of time. So when we got that storeroom down there, we built a sorting table. We empty a sack on the table, and then glass bottles go one way, and cans and plastic goes another way, and then it's separated. And sometimes we have leftovers, like I have here. Then what do we do with that? We just pour it out on the table. There's a drain in, and goes directly in the drains. So we make the process, sorting process, as easy as possible. Of course, it's still a bit of work, but it's worth it. And at this moment, we are driving 3 days a week, 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. How many people are involved in this project?
In total, I have, as I said, 13 through the project. 13. 2 is active, 10 is active. 1 is on sick leave because he had a major operation, and 2 have dropped out of the project.
What about the whole project? Like, since it started, is it the same people? Because it's 1 year.
It's the same. It's the same. No. Because I need more and more employees because we are growing continuously. And at this moment, we have approximately 200 customers. We have room for many more, of course. We take in all the customers we can get. Yeah. But we had a slow and nice growth because we knew this is success. This is a success. We just need to make it work. But there are some more criteria to this job than the other we talked about. Because first of all, the drivers need to have a driver's license.
And it's 2 people at a time?
And they always work 2 and 2, a driver and a helper. And a helper also have to be in a position where you have customer skills, because they go out to companies, offices and so forth. So the criteria is a bit higher, that you are presentable, that you are service-minded, and all those things that is in a shop like that. Mm-hmm. And they are so happy. First of all, they have something meaningful to wake up to in the morning. They enjoy working together, getting out to the customers. They are so well received when they come out to the customers. They are welcomed with a smile. They are getting help carrying out the bottles if there's more than usual. Sometimes they get a soda or a cup of coffee or a piece of cake or a sandwich. Mm-hmm. Till Christmas last year, they got chocolate boxes and So the people that we are servicing with this, they are donating us their bottles, but they do it with a smile because it makes it different from some other people. And maybe I shouldn't say it, but they don't care about the bottle because many, I think you know it from yourself, when you have a lot of bottles in the cupboard at home. I'm going to Brugsen eller Bilka, I need to take my bottles with me. You go shopping, you come back, and I forgot the bottles once again. Yeah. And for many companies, it's more an inconvenience than a convenience to process the bottles themselves. Because it costs money to have an employee taking out 300 bottles, and takes time, takes money, and they already paid for the bottle. So for them, it's more or less free to donate, and then they get this CSR profile, this social profile we're doing for something for everybody. So it's a win-win-win all the way around for the project, for the customers, but for the employees also. And as I said, they work approximately 3 times a month, but sometimes we make have extra because AGF, our local first division football club, or Superliga I have to say, because first division is the second series. When there's football at stadium, they are playing home field, we are present at the stadium and collect bottles in stations, and they donate the bottle for us, and that's quite different because when you, in a normal day, you get a stack of notes, you have your route, you go in and out at customers and drive and stop and drive and stop and drive and stop. When we are at the stadium, we are parked one place with a big banner and everything, and just walk around among 10,000 people who are happy they're going to enjoy a football match. Hopefully AGF would win. And so forth. So it's quite a different experience. And a good example is first time we were out there, I had 4 people with me. And we had been there like 1 hour or something like that. We are there pre-match 2 hours before match start, and then we collect everything and drive home. But maybe after 1 hour the first day, when are we going to be out here again?
From the workers?
From my employees. Am I on the next team also, and so forth? Because it was so different. The environment, the people's reaction, and we've been there more and more. We've been there like 7 or 8 times in the spring, and people learn to know us. They see our car, they see our Forbi flag, and when suddenly you're here again, super, and everything. So the response is so fantastic from the public when they go into to the football matches, and from the organization AGF. We are so well treated, well received, and we enjoy coming there.
That is really good. That's really good to hear.
Yeah, it's really good. And as I mentioned before, the project, we knew it would be a success if we wanted to work for it. But I didn't have to work so hard for it. I'm the project leader. I was in charge from the beginning. It all happens from itself. When I need a new employee, as I do soon, I have a waiting list of people who wants to be a part of this project. So if I need a new driver or a new helper, I have a list and and then I can employ them. So a few more customers, because many of the customers we have weekly collection or every fortnight or once a month. It depends on how much they are donating, but we have really many 1 week collections. So at some point we are not driving 3 but 4 times. My prediction is a week. My prediction is that we August, September have to use Fridays also for collecting. And the goal is, of course, before the year's over, we are collecting every day, Monday to Friday, and then of course I need and have room for more employees.
Yeah, that's really good
So
to see how it's growing so much.
so that's another super project that we have of those 3. That is the 3 working projects we have: janitors, poverty walk, and pen for pens. And in total, over the years, we made more than 100 people happy. As I mentioned before, with all the guides and all the janitors. And it's
Rewarding.
It's very rewarding when you get up in the morning. You just sit there and drink your morning coffee, and everybody knows some days are better than others, and you sit down and sit there, I have to go to work, and then you get down in the car, and then you sit in the car driving to work, and then the mentality changes, the attitude changes, well, and then you come into work and you meet the people that you're working for and with, and then you're just happy and glad that you make a difference in what you're doing. And that is the drive. My employment statement or my contract says 25 hours a week. I can't remember when I only work 25 hours a week, because there's always something. And when it's, some people say my life is my work is my hobby. Then I would say they are correct, many of them, because I feel the same way. I have the same background as I told you before. I'm a former addict, former homeless. I have a diagnosis, manic depressive. So I know what it's, how meaningful it is. And that I'm standing here today and as a project leader, as a staff member of the NGO, gives me so much fulfillment that I know I can stay in my position now and not get a relapse or something like that, because now I have colleagues, I have friends, I didn't have that before. So it not only brings my employees joy and fulfillment, it brings me exactly the same.
Well, I think this is a very beautiful way to end the program. So thank you so much, Alan, for showing us around and for sharing.
Yeah, no problem at all.
That was it for today. Thank you so much for staying with us. See you next time.